All right, hello, welcome to day 7. And I did make it, even though I tried to do something today for my birthday, Mother's Day, all that good stuff. Happy Mother's Day to anyone that is celebrating. And yeah, I felt like in the past I've given myself, leeway. If I missed a day, I basically had to make it up. Um, but I really am trying to go for the non-consecutive streak, and I'm like, it's only day 7, so um, you know, I did my best to make sure that I'm still holding up my commitment to myself with the 7 day, I mean the 100 days of code. So I am here and I made it, which means that I still am on track. It's the little things, right? It's one day at a time, one day at a time. So I am excited because I probably won't spend as much time as I usually do, just because I had a long day. I did stay up late yesterday. After I got done with the stream, I had wrote a couple of things down that I wanted to update. So I worked on the I added the podcast lists to the Twitch page. So if you go to the videos on Twitch, you should be able to see those now. I'll turn it down a little bit. So yeah, if you go to the videos on Twitch, you should be able to see the lists from the podcast and then the VODs from the previous episodes. Um, yeah, so that was the main thing that I mean, there's other things I worked on, but that was the main thing I said I was going to do yesterday. And when I got off a stream, I did work on that among some other things. Um, and so yeah, I think it's kind of weird because the days are starting to bleed into each other now. I really feel like I work on a movie set with this jacket. I'm not gonna lie. My brother said it looked like I belonged at a he said it looks like I belonged at a film festival. That's what he said. He's like, "Oh, you look like a hipster from a film festival." I do feel like I belong on a movie set, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah, today I do want to just put a decent amount of time in, but I probably try to turn in early because tomorrow's Monday, and yeah, I did not get hardly any sleep last night. Like I stayed up at least until 4 o'clock probably, and then baby boy woke up at about 7:30. So he might have even been up since 7. I don't know. But by the time 7:30, 8 o'clock hit, it was like, yeah, I had to get up. So I didn't get that much sleep last night, and I didn't really take a nap today or nothing like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to turn in early-ish, you know. So we'll see. But um, I think I was training a model yesterday. Yeah, I was training this model yesterday, and it was taking a while. It ended up taking an hour. Yeah, it took about an hour overall. It wasn't too bad, but I left this training while I was working on a couple things for the stream, and then when I um, what I want to say, I kind of just left this open, but when I turned my computer off, it disconnected on its own. Um, but I made sure that the training was done before I kind of like closed this out. So the model is trained now. So I should be able to, if I reconnect, I should be able to run some inferences against this model now. And then I guess one thing I had to think about is I need to specify a I need to specify in a place for this image to get picked up because I don't. mm, this project doesn't have an images folder in it right now. So like this should actually give me an error. Uploader equals. Wait, let me see something. Okay, so uploader equals simple namespace. Yeah, this image isn't really there, so that should give me an error. Oh, even this simple namespace is not defined. Wait, is there another block I was supposed to run? I don't understand what the simple namespace was even supposed to be referring to. So yeah, I just have to kind of figure out my file upload situation, and then let's see. I still have a lot to go in this notebook. Um yeah, I still have a lot of material, so I'll just be working through this today. Um let's see. The one thing I want to do, I really don't I really don't want to do everything again from the top. Yeah. I think I need to though. I was hoping I wouldn't have to rerun everything, but I believe I have to rerun this stuff. I just hope I don't have to retrain my model. I'm not gonna I'm gonna. Can I get away with not retraining it? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think so. I think I have to retrain it. Yes. Yeah, that's me. Yes, do everything. Why does this be so behind? Okay. Yeah, see now that dependency is not complaining anymore. So womp womp, we're gonna have to go through here. So I literally gotta retrain this. Like it said I feel like it was something in here about having to re-download the data but not having to redo everything. Mm-mm. It says the first two steps only need to be run once on your GPU. If you run the cell again, it will use the dataset and model that have already been downloaded. Well, I don't know if that counts in this case, so I'm just going to go for it again. And then this time, I know it'll take about an hour, so I can work through some other material if it takes a while. All right, so today is 5:14. Yes, I take notes. Have like my notebook that I take all my notes in. I also feel like this would probably be a little bit faster if I don't know. I never can tell if my internet connection is defaulting to Wi-Fi or Ethernet because I notice sometimes like I get like connection issues even though I literally should never have connection issues or almost never anyway. And it usually ends up being that my Wi-Fi connection is like handling my data and my connection to the internet and everything, which is like way slower than Ethernet. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah. So this will probably take a while. So I'm just gonna leave it running, and then I wanted to check in. Let me see. Do I have Visual Studio Code open? Oh, I should start my timer. Let's start this. 25 minutes. Mm, 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 mm. So far, it's been working on me. I mean, working on me. It's been working for me doing my logs first. So I don't forget about them because, yeah, I think my 2021 log literally stopped at like day 10 and I did like 94 days. So that's crazy, you know? This is all I have. I probably even did more of these logs and I never pushed them. So I don't want to fall down that path this time. Okay, so today is gonna be day 7. Oops. What's in the actual? Okay. Enter day 7. So I set up the cloud-based notebooks yesterday. Did I update? Okay, yeah, so that was definitely yesterday. Okay. So now I should be good to go. Let's go ahead. Oh, I hope that this is the right version of this project. I just thought about that, but about to find out. PWD because I have another version. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So now I know I have that checked off. I did check to see if there was any update to how this project was looking, but it's still showing as a fork. So I think I don't know how long it takes for those tickets to get in and get processed, but I'm just going to keep an eye out to see if this project gets detached from the fork eventually. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna leave this for now. I'll check in on it. Even though, we know already hypothetically there shouldn't be any issue with this model. It definitely trained yesterday. It just took about a little under an hour to finish training. Um, and I'm trying to think when I did that yesterday. Oh, I guess I wouldn't have gotten this far. That's not even gonna run until the other one finishes, huh? Okay, that's fine. I don't remember what the error rate was when it trained either. I think they say it gets like less than 0.02, so yeah. It should get something similar to whatever they got whenever they ran these examples. So that's my expectation. Okay. So I'm just gonna skip this other stuff because it's nothing I can do about this anyways until the previous panels finish running. So one thing that I got in my notes from yesterday about fastai, they have 4 steps that you usually take. So they have a data loader, and then you create a learner, you call a fit method, and then you make predictions or review results. Um, that's a pretty common process that they have inside of their API. And so this example pretty much follows that process. Another thing about this example, this is actually the example in the quick start guide, I think, the pet trainer. So I was going to say another example or another thing about this example is that this urls.pets calls the data set. So there's a few data sets that are built into FastAI. and the pets is one. So I think the pets has cats and dogs. So technically, that's what is a part of this actual data set that's being used to train the model. However, the only inference that we're making is whether it's a cat or not. That's it. It's not actually determining what dogs look like. It just has dogs as something to basically compare or contrast. I should say something to contrast the cats. I think in the lesson, the way that they did it was they did cats, and then the other image that they did was they do cats. Maybe they did. I think they did birds, and they do something like birds and hmm. Let me see. I remember they had two things they were comparing, but yeah, I think it was a bird, and I'm pretty sure I have the. Here it is. Oh, birds and forests. That's what they were comparing. So this example actually it uses birds and forest images, but the whole point of the model is just to determine if it's a bird or not. So obviously, with all the forest images, it should um, determine that it's not a bird, and with all the bird images, it should give it should class or not classify, but yeah, classify those as birds. Okay, so deep learning falls under machine learning. I do think it's helpful to have that foundation of like more maybe like the Venn diagram of all the different disciplines and kind of like how they all fit together. I like how they say the dawn of computing. Like it makes me, it feels like the beginning of time, right? Then they're like 1949. Like I know that wasn't super recent, but I don't know. That's just funny to me. Okay, Arthur Samuel, 1962 essay, Artificial Intelligence, a Frontier of Automation. Programming a computer for such computations is, at best, a difficult task, not primarily because of any inherent complexity in the computer itself, but rather because of the need to spell out every minute step of the process in the most exasperating detail. Computers, as any programmer will tell you, are giant morons, not big brains. This is life right now, y'all. This is life right now. I do think that we should be cautious of with AI and everything, but at the same time, a lot of what people see as quote unquote magic or even some type of sentience maybe is the word is not at all. It's just patterns in huge data sets, and efficient training. That's it. So the idea is instead of telling the computer the exact steps required to solve a problem, show it examples of the problem to solve and let it figure out how to solve it itself. This turned out to be very effective. By 1961, his checkers playing algorithm had learned so much that it beat the Connecticut state champion. Suppose we arrange for some automatic means of testing the effectiveness of any weight assignment in terms of actual performance and provide a mechanism for altering the weight assignment so as to maximize the performance. Right. Maximize the performance, minimize the error. We need not go into the details of such a procedure to see that it could be made entirely automatic and to see that the machine so programmed would learn from its experience. I'm yawning heavy tonight. Okay, so first of all, deep learning is a type of ML. And then Arthur Samuel. Uh, 1962. Wait, yeah, 1962. So that's an essay. Something else for me to look into. So does it show the computer examples of the solution? Show the examples of the problem to solve. And then, so show computer examples of the problem to solve, let it figure out how to solve, and then use automated means of testing effectiveness. It just crossed my mind too that I saw those questions at the end of the chapter before 1961. Checkers. Oh yeah, checkers. Let me check on the testing. I mean the training. Ouch. Yeah, they talk about weights basically. Um, Automatic means of testing the effectiveness of any current weight assignment in terms of actual performance. And then have a way to alter the weight assignment to maximize performance. Every weight assignment has an actual performance. The requirement that there be an automatic means of testing. The need for a mechanism for improving the performance by changing the weight assignments. Oh, my break. What was that? Okay. Let's see. How's the training going? Come on, I want to do this today. Oh, it is this one. This run is almost over, but I think it has to. I think it has one more run after this. I think I need to look into. Oh, I should look into collabs. Collabs. Mm, 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 mm. Wait, what is? Okay, cancel. I want to see the pricing options and how I can change what type of hardware is being used for training. That is so bright. um, okay. Um, I wonder if I can. Oh, view resources. Okay. I don't want to change anything while it's in the middle of training. Okay, so I can terminate sessions from here. But I guess since I don't have any compute units, there's not much I can do there. More memory and disk space. I don't feel like I absolutely need to upgrade at this point, but I do kind of still feel like I should do it soon. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Close that. Yeah, see, this is the error. I think this is the error rate, but it still has a decent amount to drop from 0.1851 to basically 0.02. Okay, so let me finish this part. So we have a weight assignment, actual performance of the weight assignment, require automatic means of performance testing, and then mechanism for improving performance. Let me see. Okay, so weights are basically variables. Weight assignment is a particular choice of values for those variables. Program's input The program's inputs are values that it processes in order to produce its results. For for instance, taking image pixels as input and returning the classification dog as a result. The program's weight assignments and are other values that define how the program will operate. All right, let me see what is happening. Where is it? Nope. Yeah, see. So this time when it finishes, no, I could be wrong actually. It should finish within about like 10 to 15 minutes. That's my estimate. We changed the name of our box from program to model. Okay, so model is a special kind of program. It's one that can do many different things depending on the weights. But then they said what he referred to as weights is basically called parameters these days. Okay. So the weight assignments are variables that affect how the model performs. And then the automatic testing is basically testing the output of the model. And then the mechanism for altering the weight assignment. So you basically try to tweak the weights so that your model will improve. Um, okay, I'll wait until we get there, but I think that kind of plays into convergence because usually that's what we, well, depending on what type, if you were doing linear regression, you would be looking for convergence. Um, I think it might have a slightly different terminology, but still the same concept. We can now see that such procedure. My eyes are so dry. Oh my goodness. I need some eye drops. The universal approximation theorem. Oh man. I haven't thought about proofs in a long time. Universal. Yeah, so gradient descent, stochastic gradient descent is our mechanism for automatically updating the weights. Okay, okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's see how the training is going. It should be almost done, honestly. All right. I thought it would have been a little bit further along, but that's okay. Where am I? Neural networks. If this becomes an issue, I'll probably look into model deployment. So that way, once I train something, I can have like a usable version of the model to make inferences against. There's some platforms I wanted to try out anyway, so sooner, doing that sooner rather than later. I don't think that would be a big deal. What is this supposed to be? I don't know what this is supposed to be, but I have to figure that out because those just show up without any content in the middle. Oh, let me get back out of that mode. Oh, this is interesting. Like the radiology example, they have medical scans combined with free text natural language reports. Oh, we will do a recommendation system. I wanted to do that. I think I said that the other day. All right, let's look at the training. And so maybe it took more like 2 hours yesterday, or like an hour and a half at least. Okay. Well, I think tomorrow slash today. Let me write myself a note. One thing I want to do is look into model training and deployment because I would like to have an easier way of interacting with the models after they are trained and not, having to wait 2 hours to train a model. And then it's only going to get longer as the, um, the projects get more involved. So that will be on the top of my list tomorrow. The information that I've been learning so far is pretty interesting though. So let me see. What do I have so far? Okay, so Arthur Samuel is another person of interest to look into, and his 1962 essay on artificial intelligence. So, pretty much what a lot of machine learning is based on. Um, and then I guess the caveat to what we're looking at so far is so you have Arthur Samuel, and he came up with these different principles around artificial intelligence, and how to basically create a system for what is now machine learning. Now, deep learning is a type of ML, so the main thing with deep learning is that the the type of machine learning model we use in deep learning is the neural network. I think that's not the only way, but that's just like the most common way. And the neural network is very flexible, so it can solve a lot of different problems, a wide range of problems, just based off of varying the weights and, well, I guess the weights would actually refer to the parameters, not weights in the sense that we use the term nowadays. So, um, I'm going to look up that essay and see if I can find anything about that because I think the history and the context is helpful, um, for my particular, um, interest. Definitely not a requirement, but something that I think is helpful. I really like getting a lot more of this context. So I did get through the neural network, deep learning jargon, limitations. Okay, cool. Oh, I like that there is a walkthrough of all these different code snippets that were part of the training. So that'll be good to go through tomorrow because I tried to break them down just kind of like at a first glance without knowing much about the um, library itself or without, having a lot of background information. So I'll be able to test some of my understanding of how that code is working. And then let's see, I think that will give me a good basis to go ahead and create a different image classifier. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is a lot of good information. And then okay, the other question is when should I be finishing this? I I want to say Wednesday might have been the day that I watched the entire lesson one. Like I started it, I think I started it Tuesday, but I didn't really finish it on Tuesday. I think I rewatched all of it on Wednesday. So by this upcoming Wednesday, I will try to be done with this chapter. But it's been interesting just kind of getting into a flow with everything. So I don't mind that at all. But I want to try to keep the pace of what is normal for how this course was intended. And originally, it was intended to have 1 week per lesson, I think. So I have a couple more days to just keep working through this material, and then I'll move on to um, lesson 2/chapter 2, probably in a couple of days or so. So that gives me a little, excuse me, that gives me a little bit of time. So in the meantime, I'm going to call it a night because I have been up since I don't even know what time. But I'm excited, I feel good about a lot of the materials that I've been able to work through so far. And also just getting feedback from folks that are working on 100 Days of Code. And, I do appreciate everybody who is just kind of helping to keep the conversation going in between, our individual coding sessions. So we do have our 100 Days of Code channel in Discord. And I'm still working on the Discord. So like I said, every day I try to make little improvements to some of the stuff that I've been doing. So I did update this, the Twitch page under videos. Then you should be able to see the categories or the collections for each podcast, and you can watch some previous episodes there. And that's my biggest thing right now, is just kind of getting all of that information for all the shows published, and getting the show websites up, and show notes for the episodes that I have done, before I go ahead and launch them all on the different podcasting platforms. So I'm excited about that. It's a lot of work, but I think it's very well worth it. And this week will be the Girl Develop It show. So I'll probably be doing an interview this week. So we'll see. That'll be on Thursday. But in the meantime, I'll be back tomorrow/today per usual. And I'm going to start off, I wrote myself a note to look into model training and deployment. There is some tools that I've been interested in using anyway that I think I might try to actually get running. So I'll if that works out, hopefully that works out. I can spend tomorrow, which is Monday, getting some models set up and trained, and then being able to actually use those models. That would be really, really, really nice. So that would be a good, I think that would be a good first week. Like, I'll feel really accomplished if I could get that done. So yeah, I will see y'all for the next stream. Have a good night.